guys to everyone. I'm Ada from Poison Rock, and today we have Alexander from Ethereal Tomb from Canada. First of all, Alexander, why are you?
No, I'm good. We just played a release show for our new
Yeah,
split EP last night, and it was fucking awesome.
yeah,
So
I,
I was,
I, I heard it was like the release, we can say the release party yesterday.
yeah,
I went. It was a lot of people. I saw some live.
yeah, it was great. Couple people came up to me and they're like, "Yo, I've never seen this place so packed,"
So that's
and
amazing.
I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
That's amazing.
And yeah, the vibe was just great.
Yeah,
I'm very grateful.
of course, about going first, before speaking a little bit about the release, because the split has been released the 4th of 4th of November, right?
Mhm.
Around 4th or 5th. I want to ask how Ethereal Tomb started, like the band since the beginning.
Okay,
A little journey to that.
so from the beginning to the where we are now is I don't consider myself musically inclined.
Okay.
And I tried learning guitar like 12 years ago. And my teacher that I had just like had a really bad attitude about how I should learn. So I was like, fuck this. Like I can't like I was like kind of convinced that I couldn't do this, like couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Um and then I learned saxophone later, and then I didn't pick up guitar again for 10 years from since I went started to try.
Okay.
So like two and a half years ago, I picked up guitar again. Or like it's not even again. Like I had to learn it from fucking ground zero.
Sure.
But um I picked it up because I wanted to sing in a hardcore band, and
Yeah.
all my
Nice.
homies played music, and I'm like, yo, let's just get together, let's jam. We don't have to have any obligations. Even if we
Just
just play covers, it's fine. And they're like, yeah. And then I'd be like, okay, but let's actually do it. And they're like, oh, so I was just
I,
like, fuck you guys. I'm learning guitar. I'm gonna learn how to sing, and I'm eliminating needing two fucking members right there.
yeah, and
And I'm gonna start the band.
the other guys with you in the band introduced them as well, of course.
Uh, I moved away from those. I'm still friends with those people, but
Okay,
I moved away, and
okay,
I started the band when I moved to Toronto.
okay.
And
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of how it started.
So and today, the nowadays, form you can say official members of Ethereal Tomb are, except apart you. So we can say as well who is in the band.
So Aiden is the
Okay.
drummer. We have two Aidens. So Aiden on drums. Uh, I've I started skateboarding with him in like 2016, and we've been friends
So
since. But I didn't play guitar at the time, so I just watched him
okay,
play drums, right? And so I hit him up, and I was like, I'd been playing guitar for like 8 months or so, and I was like, hey, dude, I'm coming back to visit my mom for Christmas, or like I don't celebrate Christmas, but like you know what I mean, like I'm coming back for the
yeah,
holidays, and let's jam. I started playing guitar, and
okay,
so that was December 26th, 2020,
okay, okay.
and we've been playing every week since.
That's amazing. So basically, you are as well friends. I mean, there is a real friendship,
Oh yeah,
long friendship. So that's what makes the bands really, we can say, tight, like as feelings, energies in the band.
yeah. Me and Aiden's chemistry is pretty unreal. Like even when I was like dog shit at guitar,
Yeah.
our chemistry was still really good. And then our other Aiden,
Okay.
who we call Baden because he plays bass, uh, he I didn't have like a ton of friends in high school. Like I fucking hated everyone I went to high school with, but he was one of the people I was like cool with. And so I've known him for between 8 and 9 years maybe now,
Okay.
and he was actually our third bassist in Ethereal Tomb.
So, but at the end, this is the, we can say, the last official.
Yeah,
Yeah. So this is the ethereal too. This is that.
yeah.
So basically, I mean, you released few singles before releasing the, of course, the EP.
Mm,
These two singles were mainly like for what one of them really I can say attract my attention, which is that of India.
Yep.
because it's a team that not a lot of bands, and anyway, not a lot of right now, maybe a little bit more, but in general, we can say that it's not really talked and talked by the people, and as well,
Mhm.
like I was saying, there,
Especially in doom metal,
yeah, in metal
like
especially.
especially in genres like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so what brings you to, because you are behind the lyrics, I guess, as well.
Mhm.
So you are
Yes.
the one who wrote the lyrics. So why this choice? I mean, of course, why it's, I know why this choice, but I mean, what brings you to write about that? Because it's really a tough and bold as well, Tim.
Yeah. Well, I come from a Norwegian Ukrainian and
Okay,
a Canadian Indigenous
okay.
native family.
So you're
And
rooted.
so that's like the main kind of inspiration for the indigenous part of my family is the main
Okay,
inspiration for that. And that's something I've come to embrace in the grand scheme of my life relatively recently. I had like really conflicted feelings about that part of my heritage just because of like how white society is telling you you should
yeah,
be, and then
exactly.
like there's kind of
Yeah,
gatekeeping in the indigenous community, like not too much, but like I'm just like so conflicted about it, and I was just like fuck it, like I was like this is who I am, like, and you know what I
you
mean.
have to.
Anyway, fast forward, um, or sorry, we're gonna go back a little bit. When I was a kid, I still fucking hated the church. I still fucking hated residential schools, and I hated like racial oppression and everything like that. So this, like, the song just culminated into everything I've ever felt about it from a young age, and it's honestly a direct inspiration from Earth Crisis, which is a '90s hardcore
Yeah,
band, and they have this song called Firestorm.
okay.
It's like a big straight edge anthem, but like one of
Yeah,
the lyrics are like street by street, block by block, taking it
yeah,
all back, violence against violence. And I don't condone violence per se, but it's the energy that I relate to.
yeah,
And so I wrote take your last step, take your last breath, uh, gloat about your riches stepping on your throat, and it goes on. But like I brought the same energy that I feel inspired by with Earth Crisis to the song.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it's a really deep song as well, because like we were
definitely.
saying before, it's not an easy topic to talk about it, because like I was mentioning right now, there is like a kind of awakening of these um, bringing these, no, I don't want to say indigenous, but the native culture way word out there. Like I told you maybe a word or two yesterday about this black metal artist Black Raids. Basically, you can't just you see just you if you think black metal, you just your mind goes through the true Norwegian black metal, but then you see
Yeah, yeah.
completely another type of black metal with pipes and indigenous instrument, which is good because you bring your
Yeah,
own.
there's like a good influx of over the
Yeah,
last couple years, a good influx of indigenous black metal bands. I think it's super fucking sick.
there was time as well,
Oh,
because
I think it is the perfect
yeah,
fucking I think it is the perfect genre for it.
yeah as
Like
well.
relating like thinking about how hardcore the like roots of the Norwegian black metal scene are and like how fucking real they were about it, and then
Yeah,
thinking about like indigenous mindset, like
yeah,
I feel like that's kind of a weird way to put it, but
yeah,
like
I
just thinking about
understand.
that realm of those types of people and what they've faced, it just
Yeah,
feels so fucking real and kind of organic to go into black metal.
yeah, and of course, I mean, so we can say that this was one of your inspiration as we can say topic. But since you are, of course, the main composer of the lyrics, there are other type of topics that influence your writings.
Are there others?
Topic, topics, theme,
Yeah.
whatever that influence your writings.
Uh Honestly, like a lot of the vibe of Ethereal Tomb or like the lyrics or like everything that Ethereal Tomb is is
Okay.
directly inspired by me being a hardcore kid. Like
Okay.
I grew up exclusively going to hardcore shows and like grew up being like fucking straight edge, like Earth Crisis, Have Heart kid, you know what I mean? I still am too, but like um that is that we are a doom metal band, but we operate as a hardcore band.
Yeah. Okay. Basically, with an hardcore soul,
Yeah,
but going through the expression of the, we can say,
of doom.
sound of doom.
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah.
super. It's weird, but in a good way because it's kind of experimental. We can say something new.
Mhm. Well, sludge metal is a direct in like is directly influenced by hardcore too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like I Hate God and Acid Bath and Crowbar and all those dudes were listening to Black Flag
Yeah.
and Minor Threat and shit, you know? So I it's been done before musically, but I think the mentality that we bring with the band is kind
Okay.
of maybe what sets us apart from a couple other bands, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you're doing great, especially since even before the release. So speaking about this release,
Hmm.
what it's called Loose, correct me if I'm wrong.
The other
Uh,
band on the split, yeah, Loose.
okay, so what can you say about the songs that of course are into the EP, and I was as well not only just the writing, but of course as well the composing, so the technical
Hmm.
part as well. And if there is some one song that maybe you want to tell to the audience, to the fan, to the people that are starting to listen to Ethereal Tomb, like this and that, you catch our sound now.
Uh, so just to speak on Loose a bit, they're our homies. We skate with them all the time. And
Amazing.
like we're all good friends and they rip. Their influence, like they're all their members like different things, so it brings a
Okay.
really great sound. They love like different members love thrash metal, black metal, like groove
It's
metal, and it
yeah,
like and like I Hate God and shit. So it like brings this great sound. I fucking love Loose.
yeah.
Um, but for a song, so you asked a song by Ethereal Tomb that sums up our sound.
Yeah, that maybe we can say that, for people that want to just have a clear, like just go straight and listen to that song, saying that this song can catch the sound of Ethereal Tomb.
That's a tough one. Normally I
Get
would
ready, we have a tough other questions.
I that's a tough one. I would normally if before the split EP, I would direct
Okay,
someone to our self-titled song, Ethereal Tomb.
okay,
But I'm gonna now say Death of the Indian
okay.
because our sound is changing from the first album.
So
Like the like if you listen to the first album and then listen to our songs
yeah,
on the
that's
split,
basically
completely
you
different.
basically you say you anticipate me to this question because I wanted to ask you this: what's changed between the first album until today? I mean, what's changed lyrically, of course, I think, as well as is you and the other guys as musician, as person as
Hmm.
well, and in the sound, if there is some changes as well.
Yeah. So I would honestly say the main influence is just me getting better at guitar.
Okay,
On the first record, I wrote all those songs within we finished the record like from first song to last song within me playing guitar for only a year and a half. So
actually,
it's just like those songs like went as far as they could go for how good I could play.
okay, yeah,
Um, and by the time I was done writing the lyrics and composing the record, like I had said everything I needed to say. Like I thought about
you
writing
felt
another song and I just
okay.
couldn't. Like that was just the end of like what that record was supposed to be.
So you felt that was the end of that record. Said, okay, that maybe goes for another record or I don't know some other part.
Yeah, so when we were finishing that record, I was like, we need to put something else out. Like not right away or whatever, but I was like,
Yeah.
but I was already right like by before our first record was even out, like I already had most of Death of the Indian written. Uh,
You're really, I mean, like you're going, your Ethereal Tomb is going fast just to
yeah,
produce and produce. I mean, it's good, of course,
but not in a way that rushes it, you
just
know?
like as
Like
you feel it.
I didn't feel that the EP was rushed. Like I was extremely happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, and there's some song that speaking a little bit about lives, because of course one thing is just recording, composing, but when it comes to be on the stage, which is,
Mm,
for example, the song that you feel that I don't know could be funnier to play, or just you see that the crowd is more involved, because of course it's always
yeah,
involved, like a mosh pit, sort of crowd. I mean,
right.
yeah,
I think the crowd pleaser song or like the song that like even if you've never heard us before that
yeah,
stands out to you is definitely Witch Bitch.
yeah,
Yeah, that everyone always comes up to us and they're like, "Yo, that cowbell is fucked." And it's just like it's so simple, like it's such a simple song and it just like just grooves super easy. Uh that Before Death of the Indian, that song had a lot more streams than the other songs.
yeah.
And so, I would say that's when we play shows recently, like people are now starting to like sing the lyrics back at me
Just
from the
learning.
crowd. And like that's definitely the song that the crowd would know the most.
And, and for you, which is the one that you really like, enjoy as well? I don't know, maybe because you like to sing that song, or because you like to play it as a particular riff. I don't know.
I would say my favorite song to play is Death of the Indian.
Okay. This song
Um,
has a huge impact on you, I can swear, as I can
it
say.
it just feels so therapeutic to
I like
to
this word,
play.
therapeutic. That's good.
Like it's a therapeutic song to play. Like when I was writing that song and writing Culture Decline, the
Yeah.
opening off this on the EP, they're essentially one song. I just split them into two.
Okay, okay.
And like I was fucking there's times where I was like writing these songs and like finding the samples and shit. I was like bawling my fucking eyes out.
That's good.
Uh like writing these songs. But also we played a new song last night that's off our next album.
Already
Um
you're going through you're basically unstoppable. So you're
well
going.
we do what we can. Like we've been really busy, so like I have 5 songs written
Okay,
for the next album, but we haven't fleshed out 5 songs.
okay,
This is the first song that we fleshed out.
okay,
Just
okay.
because we only have so much time, and I gotta drive like an hour and a half to play with them every time.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, Europe is a little bit smaller, so maybe it's different. You're in America and Canada, you are used to drive long distance. That for
Yeah,
us is like maybe going to another country, another state. You go maybe in
yeah,
another
yeah.
city.
No, you drive 6 hours and you're in the same fucking province.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's you here. You drive 6 hours, you're in Rome. Yeah, basically. I live in an
Uh,
island, so in the southern of Italy. So basically, I have to drive 6 hours from being, yeah,
yeah.
almost in the next state. But of course, I mean, so you basically already released, not released, but played some new song as well.
Yeah, so yeah, like I
How is
said, we
that?
finished this first song off the next record.
Yeah.
It's called The Sufferance of Mourning.
Okay.
And like it's a really heavy song for me. Like I was crying about it not even fucking
That's
maybe
nice.
30, 45 minutes before we started this interview because last night we premiered it and it's about a friend of mine who died of an overdose and
I don't know it. Okay.
it was his birthday on Friday when the EP released. And so we played the show on Saturday and I was like, so we premiered it. I was like, it's about this. It was his birthday yesterday, so this one's for him.
It was like a
And
tribute to him. Like,
yeah,
that's amazing.
I was like scared to play it. One because it's so new and I fucking wanted to remember the lyrics, but also like I just knew how like I'm fucking my eyes are watering up right now. But like I
Yeah,
just knew
it's
how
okay.
taxing I just knew like how taxing it was on me personally. And then someone started singing happy birthday for him, and the
Oh
whole
my
crowd
God,
sung
that's
happy birthday for him, and
amazing.
I just started fucking crying.
That's something amazing. I mean, that's something that really. I can relate a lot. Of course, everyone we lose people that we love, but what you do, what is really noble, what you do for your friend, and everywhere he is, I think is just proud of you because something amazing that you did, and as well, I
Yeah,
mean,
I just hope people enjoyed it.
I guess singing happy birthday as well. I think you did an amazing thing, and that as well then it shows that you are just not only a musician, but you have these being humble that from what I see, through the band, because I've got interviewed a lot of bands, you're
Hmm.
gonna go far. Because if you keep being humble, and that's the main things, believe me, there
Yeah,
are big bands out there which are still humble. I don't know, Sodom Creator, just even Megadeth, just humble.
yeah.
And then you have a small band, but okay, it's a good, but they are so, I am the best, I am the, and they just don't go long too
You know
much.
what? I run into the problem where I see bands that are really, really good, way
Yeah,
incredibly more talented than myself, um, like musically, and I'm like, you guys could fucking rip it. You know what I mean? Like you guys could be the shit, and they just don't give a fuck. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, and if that's how
Because
you want to if that's how you want to handle your art, like that's your prerogative. That's really
yeah,
none of my business, but that's just how
exactly.
I see it.
No,
And
no,
it's
you're
just like it's
completely
kind of
right.
disappointing because I'm just like, man, if you just cared a little more, like
Exactly.
you guys could be the shit. But you
Yeah,
know what? Fuck it. You know,
yeah,
there's people who fucking blow it, and there's
yeah.
people who just care to put that little extra effort in.
I
So,
completely agree. Yeah, I completely agree. And that's one thing that is really important being in the music field as well. Because a lot of bands go on when they move forward and they just tour, go around, we can say just Europe, United States, Canada, South America, especially South America, it's good to play.
mhm.
Because they have this big, I mean, they are humble, they stay true to themselves, especially speak your truth all the time, no matter what, always. And as a first MC, you're doing it. But of course, I want to know about the influences, because of course,
Mhm.
we spoke about the album, the lives, but of course, Ethereal Tomb, which are the main influences of them, and then we go into your influences as well.
Of the other band members.
No, in general, like I mean, Ethereal Tomb are influenced by can be music, books, everything, nature,
Okay, sure.
just
It's a mixed bag of things.
okay,
Drummer Aiden loves
okay,
Blink-182 and he loves
okay.
Alexis on Fire. He doesn't really listen to doom metal. Um, but it's funny, he texted me a couple of weeks ago and he's like, "Yo, I just listened to a doom metal playlist and we don't sound like any of these fucking bands."
That's
And
cool.
I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool."
Yeah.
And then Baden, he listens to he likes Black and Roll and Sleep and Ohm and Pentagram Candlemass.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So a
Um,
little bit
you
more
know,
Doom, yeah.
and I love Doom. Like I fucking love Electric Wizard. I worship Black Sabbath.
Okay.
Um, I like the fucking, I love Sleep too. A lot of like the first riffs I was learning were Electric Wizard, Sleep, and Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
But I'm like I said earlier, I'm incredibly, incredibly influenced by hardcore
Okay.
and like the DIY mentality and um like a lot of my favorite bands are like straight edge hardcore bands, like Have Heart and Earth Crisis, and a great record to check out. It's a fucking nobody record. That came out like in 2014 or so, but it's called Aviator, Head in the
Yeah.
Clouds, Hands in the Dirt, and that is a fucking amazing hardcore, post-hardcore record.
That's good. You're speaking about records. That's one of the questions. It seems that you know the question that I'm going to ask. I wanted just to ask you to pick 5 albums of bands who influenced you as a musician and singer since you were, I mean, kid till today. Just
Mhm.
you already said one, maybe I don't know.
Okay. Uh, also to say on the influence, back to
Okay.
influences for a sec.
Yeah,
I
sure.
fucking I love indie music. I love pop music.
Me too.
I love
That's good.
shoegaze. shoegaze music, like Ethereal Tomb, like self-titled song, is like a direct influence of like me liking shoegaze music. Like I think of that as like a doom gaze song.
That's cool. That's the new the experimentation,
Yeah,
the progressive side, but not like progressive music, but the avant-garde, you can say.
and almost before every band practice, I warm my vocals up with Johnny Cash.
Oh my God, love that. I mean, that man is a legend. So
Yeah,
we can even just discuss about that because just only one truth is the legend.
absolutely.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
but sorry, what was the other question?
Pick five
Five
album.
albums.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so five albums that influenced
Okay, I'm gonna keep the
me.
countdown.
Sure. So, uh,
What?
Green Day,
Okay,
21st Century Breakdown,
okay,
uh, and Justice for All by Metallica.
okay. Like the
Um,
opposite, but it's good.
uh, fucking, I'll say Spiritual Healing by Death.
Masterpiece.
Um, the first two, it's a, it's technically an album now, but they were
Okay,
released as for two 7 inches. The first two 7 inches by Minor Threat. If you look it
okay,
up on streaming services, that's what it's called.
okay,
Uh, Minor Threat and Songs to Scream at the Sun by Half Heart.
okay, perfect. So the next question, it's kind of similar, but just like pretend that you are a festival organizer. Just let's pretend that.
Okay,
So you
yeah.
have this role, so you can choose the country, the location, we can say, can be even just, it's fantasy, can be, I don't know, just underwater, just up to you. Fantasy,
Yeah.
completely fucking festival. You can choose the name if you want, and the bill can be one band, two band, three band, 10 bands, 365 band, just up to you. So
hmm
Alexander Festival, how it would be.
How would the fest go? So I would definitely have a mix of metal and hardcore.
Okay,
Dead or alive artists. Is that cool?
both. Yeah, both.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
it's yours. Can be here in hell, the festival.
I fucking so I would love if Half Heart did another reunion.
Okay,
Hatebreed is on a tour right now in
okay.
the States where they're doing a Perseverance full album performance. That would be therapeutic as fuck to see. Uh, Unfortunately, there's no Canadian dates, but I fucking love that album. Um, Pentagram, I'd definitely put on there. Electric Wizard, Black Sabbath, um, Death, 100%.
Yeah, of course.
Um, I would honestly love to see Sodom do M16 in full.
Wow. Even the part. Okay, perfect. And
Um,
yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I could fucking go on and on, but and then let's say Eminem. We'll put Eminem on there.
yeah, just change. And
Yeah, fuck it.
where would you like to settle? Like the location.
Location.
Yeah.
Hmm. Let's do it in Barcelona.
Okay. And if you want to give a name on it, on the festival, let's give it a name or not. No name festival.
My buddy came up with a great festival name last night called "Is This Hardcore?" question with a question mark.
That's a good one. That's a
So
good
I'm gonna
one.
say that. So shout out
Perfect.
Ian for that.
Okay, first, let's do that. That's amazing. And speaking about me, before ending, of course, I want to know the current project. And I mean, like, if you have some life planned, or like you were saying before, working on another album, just what's going on Eternal Tomb World right now.
Yeah, so we got a couple shows. We got a couple shows coming up. I
Okay.
also run a skateboard magazine or zine or whatever.
Really?
Yeah,
Say,
and
I love skateboard. Say it so. if
Fuck
you
yeah.
want to mention, do it. I will post it
So
on
yeah,
the
it's
YouTube.
called Skatanic Disciples. I interview musicians and like I've interviewed Blake from Power Trip, Tony from Municipal
Could you
Waste.
rest in peace?
Yeah, absolutely. And Gate I have the new issue I have has Chase from Gate Creeper.
That's
I
amazing.
had Ian Mackay, Minor Threat and Fugazi. And then like I just like I interview people or bands that I just like am genuinely interested in and I like. I don't care if they
Okay.
have 5 monthly listeners. Like I will interview
Yeah,
them just because I like them.
I'm
Uh,
interviewing an interviewer as well.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And that gets distributed by a company in Montreal and they send it out to like 50 skate shops all over Canada.
that's fucking amazing. I mean, it's a good as well to
So
promote it. Yeah.
so I have that on the go and I have a release like show and skate competition on December 3rd in Toronto. And then yeah, we're working on a new record slowly. I would like to have it finished by February or March so we can record it.
Okay, so
Uh, and then like a September release would probably be nice.
that's
Um,
you have like a really good schedule. Like
oh,
you
I make 6 month plan blocks.
yeah, me too.
I
Yeah,
plan
yeah,
everything out 6 months in advance.
yeah, because you want to have everything is clear and set. Even if something change, it's okay, but at least you have everything fixed. So this change, let's put it there, like in
Yeah.
a block. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree.
And then
I understand. Yeah.
I'll probably ruin the magic for a couple people. Like, I mean, that sounds kind of fucking stupid, but I also run Peace Reaper Records, which
Okay.
is like the music. It's like a record label, but it's really just an artist collective.
Okay.
Where I realized a couple of my friends are like incredibly talented in like things outside of music. Like I work in film and
Really?
Jeff works kind of in film and like Rory's a really good photographer and this person knows how to record and I'm like managing all of that and putting events
That's
on with that.
congratulations. It's a lot of stuff going on. You're always
Yeah.
busy, basically.
And then I'm also in a hardcore band
Oh,
uh called
really?
To the Bone.
To the bone. Okay.
We haven't put anything out yet. We just made an email for it last night, but we're writing and we're gonna play shows eventually.
Yeah, let me know. We can do an interview for that as well. That's
Fuck yeah,
cool.
sure.
That's cool. Of course, I'm not poison metal. It's poison rock, poison everything. Come on, we can interview even just actor. I thought sometimes, just pick some fucking random
Yeah.
musician or actor and just change a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's
fuck the rules.
amazing. I mean, you're just basically doing a lot of stuff, managing as well. I mean, we can say collective, we call it in Europe like this, with
Mm,
a lot of artists, skateboarding. That's a lot of things. I mean, of course, you have that place to do skateboard. Here, you can probably die if you do skateboarding. In here, with all the car running, you have no fucking place to do it. I
it
remember when I
happens here too. It's fucked.
yeah, but yeah, you have a small sidewalk if you want to do it.
Mm,
You don't have any skate park, no, completely.
oh
So just
fuck.
you use like up and sometimes to see empty houses, abandoned houses. Just you
Mm.
go there and then do a little bit of skateboarding
But
there.
places that have nothing are eventually a breeding ground for something amazing to happen.
Yeah, yeah,
Like look at DC hardcore.
yeah.
Like Ian Mackay is always saying like people were telling us we had to move to New York if we wanted to be a hardcore band, and I said fuck that, we're doing it in DC. And they
You're
made the
right.
DC scene.
Yeah, yeah, that's always like that. Things always the best. The best things always happen in the weirdest place in the weirdest condition. There's nothing
Yeah.
to be good to be normal. I mean, none of us is normal if we think about it. But
No, no.
of course, since we are at the end, Alexander, I just want to say, just if you want to say a huge thanks to, I don't know, an LO or something to Ethereal Tomb fans, friends, and everyone is watching this interview.
Yeah, no, if you made it this far, thanks for listening. And thank you for interviewing.
I should.
I super appreciate it. I think I've only been interviewed one other time outside of this, but I've done hundreds of interviews myself.
So you know what is
Um,
that is the word.
and yeah, keep your head up. Fucking life's worth living.
Thank you so much. I'll let you know when it will gonna be out, or if we'll need anything like something from lyrics or something to intro and outro. So I'll let you know through the social media and everything. So thank you so much, Alex, and really I wish you all the best for Ethereal Tomb and all
Thank
your
you so
projects
much.
because they are fucking amazing. Thank you so much. Have a good
Thank you. Thanks for
day,
having
and
me.
for me, it was a pleasure. And for me, evening. Bye. Thank you
Okay,
so
take
much.
care.